Matthew 3 and 4. So I read this yesterday, but I guess I was too tired. I didn't even know that I didn't record. In any case, so we know about the John the Baptist, how he is the voice calling out the wilderness, and then Jesus came to him to be baptized. He at first resisted, but then Jesus said it must be done this way, and he baptized Jesus, and then the heavens were open, and the Spirit of God descending as a dove. So he saw, so it sounds like John the Baptist was the one who saw this. I wonder if anyone else saw it too. But the voice from heaven said, "This is my beloved Son with whom I am well pleased." Then after that, we talked about the temptation of Jesus, and he fasted. I wonder, fasting, it seems to be like no eating, not that it's no drinking. So because it talks about Jesus becoming hungry, so I think fasting in terms of food, and he fasted for a while. It's kind of interesting that after he fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, he then became hungry. I wonder if I would be hungry before then. I tried fasting, and it's so weird because when I have food, I don't mind not eating it a lot, but when I actually set my mind on fasting, I crave all sorts of things. Food just became really appetizing. So it's really weird. It's your mind, what the Bible said, your body, the mind is willing but the body is weak. So it's when you're trying to fast for a prayer or some sort, then it just, your body is really weak, and I experienced that firsthand. So Jesus didn't have that problem. He became hungry after the 40 days, if I understood that correctly. And then he was tempted, but he did not sin. And so he rebuked the Satan, the tempter, with scripture. And even though Satan used scripture against him, he knew which scripture had precedence and is relevant. And I think we need God's wisdom to do the same. Then after that, John was taken into custody, and then Jesus went to Galilee, leaving Nazareth. And I didn't understand this, but the scripture was fulfilled just with this very small, with this detail too. And if we read that and the Bible didn't explain that to us, the gospel writer didn't explain that to us, I wouldn't have connected the two. But that is the wonderful thing that God does. Then Jesus got his first disciples, and the thing that stood out to me is how Matthew wrote immediately. Immediately these disciples heard Jesus calling and went. And I wonder what caused it to be immediate, because leaving your parent, leaving your work, leaving your boat, leaving your livelihood to follow a stranger that you do not know, that's a big decision. So how is it that these people were able to immediately do that? So that is definitely a story I would love to listen to, an account that I want to listen to in heaven, the thought process behind it all, or God prepared their heart in some ways. And then so then Jesus was going about all of Galilee, teaching, proclaiming, healing, and large crowds follow him from Galilee. And yet we remember that Jesus said that a prophet, it has no honor in his hometown. So people would follow him, but not the people that knew him growing up. So And I wonder if it's because he actually was a very sick child growing up, because in the prophets, in I think Isaiah, it talks about Jesus being a person that is frequented with sickness. And so now he can heal, but I wonder if he had so much sickness growing up that people didn't connect that he's, is this really, I mean, how come he couldn't heal before and now he can heal, kind of like thing. I wonder if that's the case, but not sure.